Water changes don't have to be stressful, and they're not something you should just guess at either. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do a water change, when to do them, and how to be successful at maintaining your aquarium. Now, there are two main reasons why you would do a water change. One is when you're receiving test data from your water test that's showing a high level of a dangerous chemical like ammonia or nitrite. Or if you're doing a scheduled water change. On a newer aquarium, I recommend about a 20 to 50% water change on a weekly basis, but as the tank matures, you can extend that period. So even if your aquarium is looking clear and beautiful, it's still important to monitor your water quality and make sure that you're being proactive before something builds up and causes an issue for your aquarium or fish. Now, to execute a water change, you're going to need a few items, and I have links in the description to all these items I'm using today. First, you're going to need a receptacle for the water. Here, I'm just using a 1-gallon pitcher. And then we have a siphon to remove the water and transport it from the aquarium to your receptacle. And then finally, a dechlorinator to protect your bacteria colonies from the new tap water that you're going to be replacing your aquarium water with. Alright, so to start a water change here, we're going to take our siphon end and place it in the aquarium close to the bottom, but not close enough that you're going to be sucking up all the sand. Make sure you really fight with the hose like I am. And I really like this siphon because it has a green bulb on the end that you squeeze, and that starts the flow of water. You don't need to do anything gross like put your mouth on the tube or just mess around. It makes the whole process a lot easier. So now I'm going to unplug my heater and filter just to keep the equipment and the fish safe while I'm lowering the water level, and then we're going to initiate our water change here. So I'm going to place the siphon in the aquarium to make sure that I'm not too close to the fish, but close enough to the debris. And then I'm going to squeeze that bulb and put the hose right into the pitcher I'm using to collect all the water. So now I'm going to move the siphon around, collecting any debris on the bottom of the aquarium, but also being mindful of the fish's position and also the amount of water in my pitcher at the bottom. The last thing you want to do is flood your house while you're doing aquarium maintenance. And then when you're done, to stop removing the water, you just simply pull the siphon out of the aquarium and that stops the flow, and you're done. The next step in our process is to replace all that aquarium water you just removed with fresh, clean water. Here, I'm just going to verify that the temperature is matching the new water to the aquarium water. I'm just using a meat thermometer, and the goal is just to keep things as close as possible so that you're not putting water in that's too hot or too cold that's going to stress out your fish, or maybe even worse. It's a very simple check. Another critical step is to make sure that if you're using tap water, you need to dechlorinate that water before it enters your aquarium. This is going to protect the bacteria colonies in your aquarium that make up the nitrifying bacteria cycle, and just keep your aquarium healthy. If you want to learn more about cycling, check out our other videos on this channel that goes into way more detail about that topic. With the temperature verified and the water dechlorinated, it's time to slowly add it back into the aquarium. Here, I'm lucky that I have a nice big chunky piece of hardscape to help me diffuse the water as I'm adding it to the aquarium, but you want to just gently introduce that water back into the fish tank without disturbing all of your hardscape and scaring your fish, so just take it nice and easy. Another easy maintenance task to tackle while you're doing a water change is just to clean up the glass on the top above the water. As water splashes on that glass, it dries and leaves mineral deposits, so what I like to do is just get a paper towel, wet it with some aquarium water, and then just wipe it down. Really simple, really safe, and it just adds to the look of your aquarium. It makes things so much cleaner. And that completes our water change. Just verify that your filter is running great after you plug it in, make sure that your heater is functioning properly, and then you get to enjoy a nice, clean aquarium. It's a very simple task, and what I really like about nano tanks is that it's so easy to do this. I was able to get this done in under 10 minutes, and I'm sure you can do it too. If you want to see more aquarium guides like this or other nano tank builds, be sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video. I really appreciate your time, and thank you for watching.